A chance for them to speak their minds and possibly impact their generation. Let's keep the momentum going with our second batch of Binibinis, starting with Binibini number 35. Kindly pick a judge or guest panelist. And you have picked our very beautiful Miss Globe and Collis.
Good evening, Binibini.
Good evening.
Here's my question. A pageant crown can give you fame and influence, but so can social media and other online channels. So, how can a pageant still attract young women to its platform when the internet can make instant celebrities out of content creators?
I know that both platforms can give you fame and give you influence. You can influence people in both platforms, but through pageants, you can be your own person. You can use your voice about your opinions, your advocacies. That is the exact reason why I joined Binibining Pilipinas, because I was an influencer before. I did Pinoy Big Brother, but then I decided to join this pageant because I want to use my voice, my advocacy. Thank you.
Thank you, Binibini 35. Up next, we have Binibini 39. You picked Mr. George Barcelon.
My question for you is, studies say Filipinos are one of the happiest people on earth. Why is this so, despite the huge challenges Filipinos face every day?
I personally experienced such difficulties during the past 3 months of Binibining Pilipinas, traveling all the way from Tarlac to Manila in split hours. And I know that Filipinos are happy because we love to do our passion, our purpose in life. And that is the greatest reason why we are happy. And I know I am happy right now, and I hope you are too. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Binibini 39.
Up next, we have Binibini 40. Please pick a judge or a guest panelist. And you have picked the Honorable Alfredo Pascual.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. Nowadays, we often hear the word essentials. At this point in your life, what are the missing essentials? And why do you say so?
I think one of the missing essentials nowadays, especially we came from a Generation Z, a Generation X, is maybe old telephones. Because the reason why I remember my dad and I going to a vintage shop and buying a vintage telephone. And with that, I can really see the importance of our history and what we came from in the past. Thank you.
Thank you, Binibini 40.
Next, we have Binibini 25. Please step forward, looking lovely and white. Kindly pick a judge or guest panelist. And you have picked our also very beautiful judge, Miss Jane De Leon.
Hi, Binibini. And here's my question. Becoming a beauty queen is a pursuit of fame. What are you willing to give up for fame?
Well, actually, a couple of months ago, I just moved to the Philippines. My whole life changed. But for me, that wasn't a sacrifice because it was my dream. And I always wanted to be in the Philippines, not only to join Binibining Pilipinas, but also to be closer to my family and to my Filipino heritage. And today, I am living the dream on this stage. Thank you.
Thank you, Binibini 25. Up next, we have Binibini 32. You picked His Excellency Ioannis Periotis.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I would like to ask you, what would you rather be? A person who leads or a person who innovates?
Well, I would rather be a person who innovates, especially nowadays. That is what we need. We need innovators. We need people who would push us further in our future. Because what we need is people who would help us to have a more progressive future. Especially now that we're under a pandemic, we need people who would help us. That is why I would love to encourage everyone to become innovators, to push for your decisions in life, and don't be scared to take risks. Thank you.
Thank you, Binibining 32.
And last but not least of our question and answer round, we have Binibining 1. Please step forward. Please pick a glow stick. And you have picked our judge, Mr. Joshua Garcia.
Hello.
Good evening.
Magandang gabi.
Magandang gabi po.
Okay, here's your question. Personally, how do you distinguish a historian from a marites?
A historian is one who recognizes our painful past with factual evidence, looking back at our rich, vibrant history, and as well at the times when our humanity was trampled on and our heritage was almost erased. If we look at our past, we can surely move onward and upward and rebuild, rise from this pandemic, and dream for a safer, healthier, and happier Philippines.
Thank you very much, Binibining 1. Woo, Nicole, that concludes our question and answer round. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is not easy feat for these empowered women to stand up here under the eyes of thousands and answer with such great and admirable composure. Binibinis, we should all be very, very proud.
That's right, sis, especially with the pressure of the game-changing element of this round. I mean, last year, we had our very own Cinderella story during the Q&A portion, who eventually went on to become our Miss Intercontinental 2021, Cinderella Obenita.
Very, very true. We've seen how all of their rigorous trainings have worked for our candidates now that they've laid all of their cards on the table.